Welcome back to Resurrected Metal, the show where we're breathing new life into old machines. I'm your host, Joe Tessitore, and for those of you that have been following my work, you know the progress here of the Bandit that we're working on. What you see behind me here is a pure example of how some things should be left to the pros, to people that know what they're doing. Because I'm a garage mechanic, like a lot of you are at home, working on our own bikes. But what I have here, this is the frame. What I had planned to do was strip off the paint and repaint it myself. But as you can see by the color, I found out that that's not that easy. Okay, I bought some of that home stripper stuff in a spray can. You spray it on, you leave it, it's supposed to take off the paint. It never works that easy, as I found out. Plus, there's a lot of little nooks and crannies here. You know, this is a budget project. What I was trying to do was save some money and show you that you didn't have to spend a lot of money, but sometimes you get what you pay for. You got to spend a little bit. So right now I'm going to take this down to a powder coating place. They're going to sandblast the whole thing, get into all these little spaces that I can't get to. It's going to cost about 75 bucks, but it's going to be well worth it, and at the end I'm going to have a nice clean finish that I can apply new paint to, and it's just going to make the project that much better. A little bit of investment goes a long way, so when you're doing something like this, sometimes you got to splurge a little bit. It's not a bad thing, because I'm still saving a lot of money on doing the whole project myself and using a lot of budget parts. So follow me on this. I'm going to take it over to the shop, and the next shot you'll see a nice, clean, shiny frame. Alright, check back. Okay, so this is the point in the show where I'm supposed to cut to a brand newly clean, shiny, beautiful motorcycle frame. As you can see, that didn't happen. It didn't get finished at the sandblaster, so what I was hoping to do, start the painting process on that today, didn't happen. But, you know, onward and upward. What did come in the mail today was my Thermotech exhaust wrap. So we've got the headers right here. I'm going to start getting to work on these and, you know, take you through that process. First, I'm just going to clean it up roughly because there's a lot of loose rust and stuff on here. So I'm going to take a wire brush, maybe some sandpaper, clean that up a little bit, and then get into the wrapping process. Usually you want to cut the strips you know, much longer than you need them, and then dip them in water. It makes it a little easier to handle because there is some, you know, it's similar to a fiberglass material, so it kind of gets under your skin a little bit. So I'm going to do that. We'll get this wrapped up and tied up and have it looking good to throw on the bike when the frame gets here and we get to have that finished. So hang out for the show. Let's run through this and get it done. I didn't cut a piece long enough, so I gotta take it off and start over again. As you can see, got about halfway done and ran out, so gotta do it again. So there's a finished product. It's actually 2 days later. Like I told you several episodes ago, you're going to see the good things that happen, you're going to see the bad things that happen. I'm not holding anything back here. I made a little mistake in ordering the product. I ordered a little bit, well, not enough. That's what happened. I needed a few more feet that came in the package, so it took me a couple days to get another package, but there it is, wrapped and finished. Now it's just going to dry a little bit, because remember we soaked it to make it easier to work with. So once it's fully dry, we'll take our spray. This is Thermotech's coating that you put over top of it. It's going to seal it, it's going to make it work better, and also keep anything like gasoline or oil from seeping into the wrap, so it'll keep it clean longer, and it also makes it last longer. So we're going to spray that on afterwards. It also makes the color a little bit more even, makes it look nice. So that's it. That's the next step, and let's get to that. Well, here it is. The frame has returned from the sandblaster. It looks great. It's all nice and clean. No paint on it. Here, take a look. It's all nice and clean. No more red paint. No more black paint. Nothing. Just a nice, fresh foundation to start with. So let's take it to the back, hang it up, and start spraying it. Now, if the picture looks a little funny, it's because I got a plastic bag on the camera. We don't want paint on the lens. Low budget all the way. Alright, the primer is done. I'm going to let it dry a little bit and then go for the black. Okay, our primer coat is thoroughly dry, so now it's time to apply the flat black. So there it is. The motorcycle frame is now painted black, and it's a great foundation to start from. And now all I have to do is start putting parts back on it. Why don't you come take a look at it? There it is, nice and flat black. Again, this wasn't meant to be a pretty finish. Remember, this is a bike to be used, a bike for the streets, a bike to get dirty and pretty much tear it up on. So, but I think for a rattle can finish with some spray cans, it came out really nice. The paint looks pretty even. The finish from the sandblaster was really nice, and you know, gave us a good starting point. So that's it for that. I also have to do the same thing to the swing arm, and after that gets done, the bikes start putting back together. I already ordered the parts for the suspension, so this is going to come together pretty soon. So stay tuned, enjoy the process, and hope you're working on your bike too. So there are the headers in all their copper glory. Looks pretty good, right? It's going to look even better on the bike. This has been a pretty long delay here in filming. It's just waiting for nice days to paint and do all that stuff. But there it is. That's it. Check us out, resurrectedmetal.com, and tune in for the next one. Should be a little bit sooner. We're going to start putting stuff back on the bike. Cool.